Hello everybody! I would like to invite you to join me on my journey to build the cozy village of Riverton, located in a scenic black forest and meadows area. So without any further delay, let's turn this into this. So let's upgrade those hammers and start building. Okay, our first project will be the Smelter Shelter. Like the founding of a real village, we'll start with an industry and watch it grow from there. So first thing we want to do is put in our stone wall, which is going to end up being just a 9x12 box. But we want to set the first course into the ground a little bit so we avoid those annoying floating bricks later on. Yeah, that looks pretty good so far. Now it's time to do the pavilion part. And now that our foundation is up, we can take our hoe and the pathing tool and we can get rid of the vegetation and then work on our pavilion. And here we have a 1 meter gap at the top, but that's on purpose and we will see why later. Alright, now let's get the roof on. And with that, our pavilion is done. Now it's time to add our smelters and do a little decorating. Okay, first we'll add some 1 meter supports to the bottom of our roofs here give us some support. And makes it look a little bit more finished. Now we want to add our smelters. We put one there. We'll put one there. You want to be able to walk around them, so you have to do a little trial and error. See if we can go around there now. Nice, that works. Now we'll take our cultivator and we'll add some darker ground around it, make it look like it's coal stained. You know, this is a working area. That looks pretty good. Now we'll take a pile of coal and phase it in as far as we can to the smelter. And we'll take the best use for the crude bow and use it to distress it. You see, it makes it look like there's some coal been spilled on the floor. We'll do this again on the other side. Yep, that looks pretty cool. Okay, now onto our storage area and work counter. Start by free placing a 1 meter by 1 meter wall. And try and make it centered, like that looks good. And then 2 temporary pieces, 2 meter long, so we can snap that piece on. I'll get rid of those. Add our shutter doors. And phase through the front of an iron chest. Just like that. Now this piece will snap in right about even with the wall, like that, and bring it all the way across. And here we'll free place this about there, wherever you want your overhang to be. And try and make it the same on the other side. And that looks pretty good. And then fill in the back row. Okay, now that we have our work counter and storage done, we can do a little decorating to make the place look a little more cozy. First thing we'll do is start with some lighting. Verger lanterns are nice, don't need fuel, and they have a nice warm glow. So I'll put one on each corner. That looks pretty nice. Now we'll add a couple things here, like maybe places to put some tools. Maybe a scraper so they can get some coal and things out of the smelters. Maybe a rake for moving the coal around. This is a hot job, so we'll put a couple cups here. Maybe a pitcher of water. You know, keep your workers cool. Yeah, it looks kind of nice. And to finish off our smelter shelter, we're going to add a coal bin so we have a place to store our bulk coal. And we'll take a 2 meter wall and free place it there so it's just a little underneath the foundation. We'll go ahead and add that piece as a trim, and the 45 angled piece. Like that. It's just a simple bin. We'll place some coal in here. Just like that, so it's nice and full. We'll take the first 2, then we'll distress them so they look like they're spilling out a little bit. And last but not least, we'll add our tool here for moving coal around. There. Just like that. Now it looks like nice and cozy. I like it. Okay, our next little project is going to be the mine entrance, which is purely decorative, but it adds a lot of visual interest to the area. So we'll start by making the track for the mine cart. So here we want to put a 1 by 1 meter beam down as a backer so we can sink one down. That looks good. Then we'll add some 1 meter beams out here to use as snap points. That looks good. Now we can get rid of our snap points. And those are our railroad ties. Now we'll put a wall down as a backer so we can get our railings just right, which we will make out of signs, one of the most versatile beasts in the game. And our spacing just happens to be 1 meter, so we'll use these joints as a guide, which to help us down the road, we'll put this so that the sign just pops down like that. Now we go ahead and do that down the line, and they should all be about the same height. And same for the other side. Yep, that looks nice. Now for the court. Which we want to take our 2 meter beam, and this will be the basis for our minecart. So we can put it anywhere we want, but we want to have it centered as best we can. Just like that. Now we want to take some vertical item stands, place 1 on each corner, just like that. Right when it snaps down, that happens to be the correct spacing that we need, so same on each corner. And that will be where our wheels go. But first we'll get our cart going. So here we just need another backer. So we can take our 2 meter beam here and free place it so it's about flush with the item stands, like that. That looks pretty good. And now we want the 1 meter by 1 meter floor. And here we want to try and center this. Like that. But we want it in the middle. More like that. There, so far that's looking good. Now we'll go back to our signs. And then here, we'll make 4 walls. Like that. There we have 1 minecart. And here we'll just flatten out a little spot for a tool rack, No, something like that. Maybe keep a place to keep some supplies. Let's go ahead and re-put some grass so we can fine-tune this with the pathing tool. That looks pretty good. Oh, before I forget, we should put some timbers on our mine entrance here. Yeah, that turns out better. Okay. I like that. Just makes it look like a proper mine. Here we'll just make a little platform, but we want to sink this in. About like that. That looks good. And we'll place this so it's about even with the top of the wall, like that. And we'll have a little overlap. That looks okay. We'll trim this out a little bit so it looks nice. Oh, put a little wall back here we could hang some tools on maybe. Like there we could place for a couple pickaxes. Maybe the OSHA board. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, that was a quick and easy build, so now we can get to the decorating phase. So here we have our OSHA board. We can hang our tools up. And we can do a couple things here, like make some boxes. Those are always good to fill up spaces with. So we'll take and put down the vertical item stand with the handle part facing out. Add a couple signs like that and cap it off with another item stand like so. And then the 1 meter beam fits in there nice. Sometimes it's easier to do it from the end. Like that, it looks like a solid box. Maybe it's for TNT. Who knows? Maybe we can do a couple more and stack them up. That always looks nice. Makes the area look busy. There, it looks like a proper mine entrance. Maybe a couple drinks for the workers. It's hot. So we'll put a couple mugs there. Maybe another pitcher. There. A hydrated worker is a happy worker. Now we can put the wheels on our cart. I just like to use iron bucklers for that. They're expensive, but they look nice. Alright, and then we need something of visual interest in our cart. So we'll center a stand there. And maybe the miners dug up an artifact like this golem trophy. Yeah, it looks pretty nice, except for we need some lighting. Lighting's always good. There. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. Okay, so our next project is going to be the office building, which is going to be 6 by 8 meters, but we're going to make a stone foundation 7 by 9, and we'll do this again. We'll sink the first row into the ground like that. Now with our foundation up, we can use our pathing tool to remove the foliage underneath. Nobody wants anything poking through the floor. It's like that. Okay, next is the flooring, which first we're going to put a temporary stone floor down. Give us something to custom place. We need a backer to custom place our wooden floor, which we want to overhang about 1 meter on each side, like that. And then the rest of the floor will just snap in. Now that gives us a nice little overhang on our stone foundation, but it doesn't look all big and chunky like it does when you use the full brick as the overhang. Next we want our walls about 1.5 meters high. Just like that. Now for the roof. Give this a little bit of interest by going with a 26 degree, and then changing it into a 45. It's like that. Yep, that looks like it won't leak. Now we can go ahead and put our walls in. I like to make them solid to start out with, and then put the windows in later. It's just a little bit easier process for me. There, that looks pretty good so far. Now I'll add a little bit of trim to the outside with some 1 meter beams. We'll just add them here so they look. Add some little decoration. Maybe a little stability. Yeah, we'll put a little piece there. Same on that side. Then we want to close off the ends. Okay, now to do a little trim work on the inside. We'll take our 26-degree wall pieces. Put one there. Put one there, and then we'll switch to our 45s. I will just use the beam instead of the wall piece. Like that. And we'll put in 2 short walls there. I like to give these a little turn. Like that. And like that. And we'll repeat the same on the other side. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We'll stick with that. Now we can put our ceiling in, which we're going to snap. Yeah, we used small pieces. We want our ceiling to be on the 26-degree roof pieces, so we get a little bit more height inside. And we want to leave a 2 by 2 meter hole here in the center. Okay, this hole in the ceiling is going to be where our hanging brazier lives, because that way we can have a light source that gives us comfort without needing to vent the chimney out. So start by clicking a 1 meter post to the center, followed by a 2 meter beam, and we'll put another post there. And then we want our hanging brazier about in the center, just like that. Now we have plenty of light and comfort without the need to vent a chimney. Now we just dress the edges up here, just like that. Easy comfort. And since this is an office, we're going to need to build some office furniture. So we'll start with a filing cabinet. We use 1 meter square walls. We'll make them 2 high. And then we'll take a 2 meter wall as a temporary backer. And we'll just replace it right there so it's about even with the front of the walls. Take our vertical item stands, kind of center them between the middle space here and with the outside. Looks good, and we'll do this 4 times on the right side. Repeat on the left, but we'll skip the 3rd one up because that drawer is going to be open. Now we'll take our signs and line the 3 dots up with the drawer pulls, just like that. add another one. Like that. Now we can use this piece as a backer, so we can free place where we want, about even with the sides of our drawers, but we don't want them sticking all the way out. That looks good. And that looks about even. Add our drawer pool. That looks pretty good. Then we can add some signs inside for files. Just need a little something to stand on. There, just like that. That doesn't look too bad. Then we'll trim it off with a 1 meter beam there. 1 meter beam there. And I should have left this to stand on. We'll go back to our 1 meter square floors. We'll free place this just so it's even with the top of that beam on both sides. And then we'll connect in the middle. Doesn't look too bad, and that's fairly straightforward. Now for a custom desk. Okay, our desks are going to be about 3 meters wide. So we want to go ahead and free place a 1 meter wall. Right about there is good. And we'll snap one there, snap one there. Get rid of those. We'll need a temporary backer there, put it there, and then we'll put in our vertical item stands just like that. And this time we'll flip the signs around backwards. Switch to our 1 meter walls. I mean, not walls, floors. And we'll free place one just like that. That's not too bad. Now we have a desk and a file cabinet. We'll give him a nice comfy chair. That looks good. Now I need a little cabinet to keep some odds and ends. Maybe a shelf. So we'll go back to our 1 meter walls. And we'll make it just regular 2 meters, so we'll use that. Put down a wooden shutter, followed by a regular wooden chest that we will pull through just a little bit to give us a door handle, like that. we will free place this so that the front sticks out a little bit, and we want this even with the top. Just like that. Gives it a nice little lip here. And for the top, we will float this out a little bit. Then give it 2 turns, click in place. Same with the other side. We'll free place this one here, just like that. Fill in the spots. And there we have a little cabinet with a work surface. Now we can spruce the place up a little bit by adding some decorations, maybe putting some windows in. So here we'll put a bench. Yeah, just something for the workers to come in and sit down while waiting to get talked to, or, you know, whatever. Maybe a bowl of snacks, because, you know, you get hungry while you're waiting to get yelled at. So put some blueberries down. On the bottom one, put a serpent stew. Now we have a bowl of blueberries. Nice little snack. And we need a chair for our grinding wheel. That looks like a nice little office. Over here, maybe we'll give them a mug and a pitcher, because, you know, being a boss is hot work. A little cover for his desk, so he doesn't, you know, scratch it up. Maybe he's over here counting out payroll. Let's see. Maybe a sign for inspirational quotes. Really use some windows. Oh yeah, that looks nice. You can sit here and do your work, looking at the view of the river. Yeah, we'll put a window here too. Need some steps so we can get in. Maybe a door. That'd be a good idea. Banner there. Maybe one over here. Yeah, it's looking pretty nice. Just do some sign work and this is done. Alright, and just one more thing to go. Deerskin rug. And now our office is complete. I put a couple more windows in to let more natural light in. But we're all decorated. We have our sign. Sharp tool is a happy tool. We have our finished filing cabinet. It's even got some files in it, so the boss man can keep track of all the deaths by asphyxiation, dismemberment, gravity, and self-immolation. It didn't turn out too bad. I kinda like it. Now, next step will be the landscaping. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, our final step in this build is to do our final passive decorations and also some landscaping. So we'll take our pathing tool and we'll create some paths and walkways. Right now we'll just go around some stuff. We'll clear that later. I like doing that step last so I don't take out things that I want to keep. Like here, we'll take out this rock later. These bushes. Yeah, that looks alright. Now we'll clear cut some stuff. We don't need that. That one's probably okay for now. We'll get rid of these. Yeah, some nice little pathways for here. And this will be our pathway down to the stream. For next episode, we'll build a little workers' town. That doesn't look too bad. Now we'll add some decorations, like some fencing. That. Don't have to do it everywhere, just here and there. Gives it some character. Maybe we'll add some cart parking here, because never have too many carts. There, that way the mine workers can move the coal around, the ore, transport their ingots. Now we can dress things up a little bit more. Like, there's something missing here in the office, so maybe we'll add a sign and some lighting. Let's see, put a lantern here. Maybe a couple signs so we just know what this building is. There, the Office of Mining Operations, Sven Hagerson, Proprietor. Yeah, that gives it a little coziness. But one thing that I like to do is to put mannequins around. It just makes everything feel so much more lived in. And for those, we want to start with a 2-meter plank or 2-meter post, wherever we want to have our mannequins at. Maybe we'll have one guy here. Maybe we'll have Sven here giving some direction. So on each post, we want to add an item stand, and underneath that, we want an armor stand. Just like that. Now we can put a Grey Dwarf trophy. And now put some clothes on. Like this will be Sven, because he's got some nice clothes. This guy's just a worker. His clothes aren't quite so nice. But there. Let's do some more. Yeah, that looks nice. So it looks like a very nice start to our cozy village. I like it. Alright, and last but not least, we'll do a couple of street lights. I like to start with the stone floor, which will be the base of our light. There, looks good. And here we'll take a couple of 1-meter beams, snap them like that so we get our center point for our dark wood post. remove those. And then we'll snap this 1 meter square block temporarily. Okay, it looks good. Then we can use that to snap on that one. There. That's looking pretty good so far. Add a dark wood arch. We'll put 1 meter beam there so we get a snap point. There. And now all we need to do is add our hanging brazier. Just like so. Now we have a nice street light. We can decorate this a little bit by adding some trim. There, just like that. Looks nice and gives a little bit of light. Let's do one more over here. Looks like we're going to have to get rid of this rock after all. But that's why I like to defoliate at the end. That way I don't get rid of stuff that I might want. That looks pretty nice. And now for a quick recap of what we've gotten done so far. We set up some smelters with a nice looking shelter. Got a little bit of decoration and some storage. Over here we transformed this burial chamber into a mine entrance to add some visual interest to our build. And we built this nice looking office building complete with decorations inside. Looks like our village is off to a pretty nice start. So with the Riverton mine built and decorated, this concludes episode 1 of our Building a Cozy Village series. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, Housing for the Workers. See you in the next one. Goodbye.